Welcome back to part 2 of our chat with Caroline, where we delve deeper into therapy, coaching, and all about Space Cafe. So you mentioned about obviously relationships and stuff. What about relationships like family and friends? Do you find you struggle with them or?
Yeah, so I've always struggled with friends, and I've kind of realised that as I got the diagnosis, I've looked at it through a different way.
Yeah.
I always thought it was everyone else's fault. Like, why does no one like me? Why do I have no friends? But there's a few different things. Like, obviously, that emotional regulation in the past has been, especially as a teenager, I would fight a girl like over something.
Me too. Not the boys though.
And it's always got me into trouble. And like kind of, I went through a phase of drinking quite a lot when I was younger as well, and like that was quite chaotic. So that like, I lost quite a lot of friends through that. And then when I had my daughter, I lost my whole friendship group, from primary school, because I was going through it, and nobody really understood. I was the first one of like my friendship group to have a baby as well. I was relatively quite young, and I didn't know what was going on. Yeah. And looking back, I was an absolute nightmare. I was like an emotional wreck, and I was kind of didn't know what to do all the time. But then I lost a lot of friends, and that really was quite traumatic. And people don't realise how traumatic like friendship fallings out can be, especially with ADHD, because that is like the ultimate RSD. I lost them all overnight. They all just like kind of got together and decided I wasn't a nice person.
And your hormones are horrendous anyway, because you just had a baby. Like, that's so sad.
So it was, and like my partner at the time, like, you know, he wasn't really getting what was going on, and we didn't last very long anyway. So I went from being like having a career on the go, like, you know, I was a journalist, I was like following all the path you're supposed to do. I went to school, got my GCSEs, then I went to uni, then I got a job, and it was all nice. And then I had a baby, which was quite unexpected. So I just didn't know who I was or anything. And then to lose all my friends at the same time, and suddenly be this single parent with this baby to look after, it was a massive life change. And for ADHD, that triggers all of the challenges. So that's always been like something that's been like a trauma with me that I've only unpacked in recent years through counselling, that has affected other friendships. Like, I always feel like I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one that's causing trouble for everyone. I'm the one that's too much. And there's that, and also the fact that I don't reply to any messages. So that's another problem. People don't exist to me.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I can meet someone amazing. I'm like, oh, these are going to be my new best friend. And like for a few weeks they are, and then I forget they exist. And then like I don't message back for months, and then you're like, oh no, and then I can't message back because it's been that long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, when I came to meet you and I came back, I skipped out of the coffee shop. I like, so many ideas, and I'm going to do this, and that was amazing. I'm so inspired. And came back to tell you what I did. Oh, that's brilliant. We're going to do this. Must have been 3 or 4 weeks before I emailed you. I'm sorry.
So that's normal for me. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Who are you again?
Crazy.
It's RSD through the
But it's mad that as soon as you step away from it, you just forget everything's happening.
And it's like that. But then I heard you say, I think it was on the last podcast I heard you say when I was watching it this morning, about how you think about every day you need to message people. And I do think I need to do that. I need to message that person. I must get in touch with them.
Yep.
I have to remind you sometimes, don't I? Like, have you messaged that person, or like have you phoned your dad? Or things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so last week, after doing the podcast last week, I actually wrote down the ones I was thinking about. I said I need to message them, and I put it on. AI is big for me. I use ChatGPT for everything, and I put that on my daily to-do list. And I done it over the week. I messaged those people, and what a feeling that was good. I messaged them back.
I know,
but I messaged them that first
to keep
time.
up a conversation is a whole different thing. Like, my friends joke. They say it's like 3 to 6 working weeks that they'll get a reply, and then they'll get a reply for so long, and then it's like I just lose interest and I just stop replying. But it's just because something else happens, and then that's what it is.
Just forget. It's not that you don't like them. It's just
I love my friends, but like keeping hold of friends is quite difficult because not many people understand that. And like even like people that have known me before I got diagnosed, like, you know, they don't really understand it necessarily. So it's having friends that understand that there's no offence. Having other ADHD friends is pretty good as well, though, to be fair. We never get together, but we're not bothered either.
No, this is it, you're all on the same boat, aren't you?
Exactly. Yeah. But so it has affected my friendships in that way. But family-wise, it's been quite difficult as well. Like, my family don't really understand ADHD, and they've said things that, you know, through lack of understanding, they're of the very much of it's not real, it's a fad, it's a government push or something at the moment. Like that's what they're like, which has been difficult. But because you know, you need, even when you get diagnosed, like you said, there's still that imposter syndrome, isn't
definitely.
there? And having people understand it, but I think having boundaries has been really good, and there's certain people that I talk to about it and there's certain people that don't. Because it's just too triggering.
It's funny because when kind of we started the podcast and like your family, a lot of them piped up and was like, I think I've got it as well. I think I've got it as well.
Oh yeah, my family are riddled. You can see it. There's always a source.
That's it. You look at your family different, don't you?
Definitely. And like they completely are.
Amazing. Let's move on then to you as therapist and coach and counsellor. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's made you kind of start all that journey?
It was through my own mental health.
Yeah.
Really, that's where it came from. So I think once, like I spoke about, once I had my daughter, I was kind of pinballing around, like from different career to different career, trying to find the answer, like to what was going to make me feel like better, what was going to make me feel fulfilled, successful over and over again. I fell into teaching and then I just did it like just as a little side hustle in case, you know, you always get a job as a teacher. So I went to night school and did it, and then ended up on a placement, and then 6 years later I was still in the job. Right. And it was really stressful. Like I loved the job, but it was a really stressful place to work, and at the time I was in a really abusive relationship as well. And all of that just compounded, and I was just trying to like fix it all the time. And then I had an accident where I broke my leg, and I had no choice but to stop everything. Wow. So I was on holiday. I didn't just break my leg. I was on holiday on a remote island, and I slipped on a beach and broke my leg in half.
Oh my
and I had to
gosh!
Get on a stretcher on a ferry back to the mainland and all kinds. Very dramatic. It was very dramatic. But in that I had to sit down for like 6 months or more because I had a broken leg. I had to physically sit down. I couldn't do anything and take time off work and stuff. And that's when I really so I had a move, and this sounds really woo-woo, and I'm not in any way religious or anything like that. But when I first broke my leg, I thought, this needs to change now. That's like the thought that I had in my head, some like a voice or whatever it was this needs to change now. And I think, like, you know, I can see it as a spiritual thing, but also it was like that I'd had enough, and like my brain knew. And so from then on, I did change everything. I got rid of the abusive person, which was quite traumatic. And then I went back to uni and studied psychology and counselling. And just because in that journey, I'd learned, like I said before, about meditation. I'd learned to do meditation, but purely because my house was quite chaotic at the time. And I used to just lock myself in the bedroom for 5 minutes peace and pretend I was meditating. And then I started having a go at it. And then that really helped me because it was giving me that space. And then I just started to learn more about things like that. And then I went on to study it. And yeah, just because I didn't want anyone to feel like how I'd felt. Yeah. And I wanted to help with that. And so it grew from there. I don't do anything by halves. I signed up for a master's in psychology and counselling like straight away. I went to inquire about it, then I started like 2 days later. I was reading psychology for dummies, like, because I'd never studied it before. Yeah.
How old was your daughter at this point?
So she would have been just about to start high school.
So that's amazing, that, because as much as like when they start in high school, they start to have their own independence and stuff, but they've also start with all the hormones and stuff, so you've got that to deal with at home, and now you're starting a brand new career, going to uni, starting doing a master's. Like, hats off to you. That's amazing. Huge. Yeah.
But my daughter has always been the adult in the relationship. Though, like, to be fair, she is. She's amazing. Like, I don't even know how could she be mine sometimes. She is like
same age.
But she is in a lot of ways as well. But yeah, she's always been really good like that, which has been really helpful. Because I think it's just because it's just been the two of us.
Yeah.
I don't know how people have raised children together. I don't know how you do it. You don't get every other weekend off.
What the hell? I've said that. We've considered it.
Obviously, you have 2 children. So I have 2 stepchildren, and then we have Theo together. But the kids, so we share the 2 older kids like half time, but sometimes I say like, can we just send Theo as well back?
We've asked if she'll take it. We've tried.
I
think that is the ideal situation.
Yeah. We just need to split up and get back together, but don't tell anyone we get back together.
Yeah. But yeah, so she's like my best mate.
Love that.
Really. Yeah, she's like, yeah, she is. She's great. So yeah, but she was starting high school, so that's when I went back and did my masters like part time, and then started my own practice. I wasn't going to go and work for anyone. I was like,
amazing. Honestly, I am. Every time you speak, I'm like that. Honestly, like mind blown. It's brilliant.
And then that wasn't enough, because then I realised that there was a massive need in mental health, and it's one of them things where I think until you actually experience it yourself or work in the field, you think someone else is taking care of that. Like, you know, if someone really struggles, someone else is there. There's a service there. They just ring and someone helps. And then there wasn't, and I was like, what?
Right, yeah.
So then I kind of grew space from that. So started just doing affordable therapy, and then doing wellbeing events to support that, and then no one would go home, so we opened the cafe, and then it's just grown from that, just responding to the need. And I think
so we'll come on to space in a second. I just want to ask, do you think choosing to go down the line of being a therapist or being a coach or a counsellor changed the way that you looked at yourself?
Yeah,
or
definitely.
understood yourself as well?
Definitely. I think it's like hearing other people like say that, like the things that they were struggling with, and realising that actually I've probably struggled with them as well. And definitely with the ADHD, like hearing that and like recognising other people, and then being able to like put those pieces together, because I think with ADHD we're really good at pattern recognition and things like that, so being able to like do that. And I find counselling really, like, I found it really mindful, which sounds mad, because everyone was like, how are you going to be able to cope? You're so emotional. How are you going to be able to cope with everyone else's emotions? And like, it literally, like, I switch off, like, from everything else when I'm in the counselling room, and it's just that person. I just focus completely on that person, and that's the time when my mind's the quietest.
And for somebody with ADHD, that's like impossible, like, because
I've thought about it so many times. You told me I'd be a terrible counsellor.
See, everyone said that to me as well. I mean, I think I'm a good one, but
you sound like a horrible person.
That was your exact words.
Not a chance would you be able to switch off?
I would think, because I'm more interested in that person and listening to them. I get it. I get the feelings.
Okay, maybe try it then.
But if there's a ticking clock or something, I'm useless. So like, if someone goes past the window, then that's got to be silent.
Yeah.
But like, when it's in the zone and someone's like there for someone else, then that I do switch off that part of my brain, which has like been really good.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be able to do that.
I think it's that sorting out other people's stuff as well. When you're thinking about the other people, then it takes you out of yourself, and that's signing up tonight.
Okay,
yeah.
That was master's next.
I'll show you the way.
Don't
you do it. For somebody who doesn't really like, I've touch wood and very lucky to have like never had coaching or therapy, but what's the difference? Because I don't really understand. You've had a bit of both and stuff. So from your perspective, what is the difference between coaching and therapy?
So I'm trained in what's called person-centered therapy. Okay. So that's where you basically hold space for someone. So they bring whatever they want, they talk about whatever they want, and the theory is that they have the answers and the solutions and things in themselves, and you're just there to facilitate that to come out. Right, okay. Whereas coaching is a little bit more like showing some strategies or sharing strategies, and like maybe giving someone a bit of direction or helping them to see things. I was useless at person-centered on its own from the start, because I can't just sit there and like not help someone. So I found it really difficult. I mean, I do really believe in it. It's like the essence of every therapy and counselling. It just, how often do we get that space where someone's just there just to listen to us? We don't. No. So it's really powerful. But yeah, I do think that sometimes people need a little bit of like direction as well, and a little bit. So coaching is more that sort of stuff as well. Okay. Yeah. And that's when I started, I'd like got obsessed with ADHD for about like 10 months or something. I was like literally like everything about it. I was like, I wanted to know everything. I was down every rabbit hole. I knew everything about it. Like, and so that naturally led into me doing more of that and being more of a specialist in ADHD and bringing in the coaching as well. Okay. Do you have a preference? Like therapy or coaching? I like the both. I like to get inside someone's brain, find out what's going on, and then help them with a solution. Yeah, that's what I like.
I just want to go off on a little tangent, because you mentioned before about your daughter and stuff, and how has that transition been? So getting your diagnosis, like for her and stuff, because obviously you got your diagnosis and Cameron is ADHD, your son, and that was kind of nice for you to kind of be able to see that through his eyes as well, wasn't it? And like to understand each other. So how is it? What's it done with the dynamics for you and your daughter?
Well, she knows everything about ADHD now. Brilliant. But yeah, she does. But she, I think that she probably has got it as well, because she presents very much like I did when I was younger. Like you wouldn't think it to look at her. She's very like kind of together. She's very quiet. She's very good. But that's like a coping mechanism, I think. And we've had that conversation. And it's helped her. She feels like she wants to go and seek an assessment. But she's in that weird age where it's like no man's land for teenagers, isn't it? She's 17. So by the time she got through that, she'd be out of children's service and into adults. So there's no point, which is a massive problem, which we could probably do a whole podcast about. But it's a nightmare. But yeah, so she's kind of waiting till she's 18 and then exploring it that way. But I think it's because it's not just about a diagnosis, it's about like how you cope with it, and that's what the coaching is. It's like finding ways to adapt your life and have acceptance, and I think that she's got that through me going on that journey.
Brilliant.
Is being able to accept that she's not just got this crazy mum who's just blowing her life up every week. Like there is some reason why.
And I imagine you're dead honest with her as well. I imagine you tell her everything, and that probably helps, doesn't it? Like we've got that communication.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've not asked? Are you medicated?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course,
okay? Thanks.
So I've been medicated for just over a year now, and I have a weird relationship. Sometimes I take it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. So I do find that it did help me. It has helped me. So I take Elvance, which is like slow release dexamphetamine, and I don't take it at weekends because I like to let the crazy out a little bit. But I find that it helps me work wise. It helps me to focus. So how I describe it is I can follow a list, but I have to write the list in the first place. So it's still a challenge. And when I first started taking it, it was like, it's not a dramatic effect. It's not like, wow, everything's so much better. My thoughts are all over the place, and suddenly they were on shelves, and I could kind of choose them a little bit. So that is helpful for that, and it helps to focus, but it doesn't help with everything. And I think that is a bit of a problem, is that there's only medication is the only option. You go through this fight, you get diagnosed, and then it's medication, and that's it. You're on your own. And I think a lot of people wouldn't seek diagnosis and wouldn't seek necessarily medication if there was something else.
Yeah.
And there isn't something else.
Titration for you, did you find that very up and down? Because I thought your titration was quite easy. But did you?
I nailed it until I told him to go away.
Oh no! Now you've got me. Did you find
you finished too early?
Yeah, I did.
I'm not going to say anything else about that.
Did you find titration a bit of a roller coaster, or was it?
Well, I decided to go travelling for a month during titration, so that was that didn't help. Me and my daughter in the car for a month around Europe.
Brilliant, love that.
So no, I kind of researched it to death before I got there. So when I had my appointment, I was like, this is what I want. I know this is going to work for me. And to be fair, they were quite good. They just gave me the one that I wanted. And I tried that, and it took a while to get the dose right.
Okay.
But I've said to other people, I think sometimes they try to rush that process. And I think saying it's okay to say I need a few more weeks trying this dose before they try and up it to the next one or drop it down, because it takes a while to settle in. And with a woman as well, hormones play a massive part into that. My medication works differently on different days of the week, different days of the month. So, I think it is. I found the process all right. Yeah.
Because I find it crazy that there's not a 6 month, 9 month check-in.
No,
and obviously you can go to the doctors, can't you? However, if somebody's had a bad experience at the beginning with the doctor, then they're not going to want to go to the doctor and say, listen, I don't think medication, can I increase it? Because they're just going to think they're going to get automatically shut down. So I think it's madness that it's kind of well, here's your dosage, go on.
And it does feel like that. It feels like, let's get this right. And every appointment is is that right now? Are you happy now? Okay, bye. And you're like, oh, hang on a minute.
I
don't know. I'm all over the place.
Adam got an extra something as well. Was that something you explored?
What, the top up bit?
Yeah. Did you explore that as well?
I've not had that yet, but I've got my review in a few weeks. I was thinking about Thinking
How
about
did
it.
I recommend 10.
Mine wears off by about 3 o'clock, which I don't mind sometimes because then I hit caffeine instead. So I'm like, I'm all right.
Because I'm out at night, I work at night, so I was finding that I was getting really tired at night after working all day. But that's because I wasn't used to working all day. So because I, excuse me, because I was doing this new stuff during the day and being active all day, by night time I was knackered.
Definitely, yeah.
So I started this Amphexa, which was great, but it kind of, you get used to it, don't you? I think your body gets used to it and it wears off pretty
Just
fast.
like your Elvance, like I think your body's got used to that
There's
a bit
been
now.
a big difference in the past
That
few
worries
weeks,
me that that eventually like you just get used to it. And they say it doesn't, but it feels like it does, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so.
And where does that stop?
Yeah.
Because you can only, I've thought about that myself.
You can only go up to 70. Yeah, so I'm on 40 at the minute, but yeah.
What are you on?
50.
Right, okay.
You're higher than me.
Yeah.
You must have a extra special case. Listen, I'm a 9 out of 10 apparently according to my assessment.
Amazing. Let's then, the biggest thing for me, let's talk about space in Runcorn. So it's a gorgeous place. We've been to see it. We had coffee there and stuff.
Lovely coffee.
Lovely coffee. Where did that idea come from? What started that?
I don't know. I was probably having a bit of
I need something new in my life.
ADHD day, and I was like, I don't need to do that. I actually had the idea for a little while to do. I was doing like meditation classes and things like that, and like wellbeing events, and also started my counselling practice, and I was having to hire different places to do it, like community centres and different places like that, and like a office thing for my counselling. And I just wanted somewhere where people could go and get all of that in one. So I found a space and just like literally around the corner from where I live, and I just thought, I'll just give it a go. And then I wrote my mum in, which working with your mum I wouldn't recommend. But no, she was really supportive. And she was like, I could run a little kitchen from here. So we just started we opened the cafe, and then, like I say, we just opened it like a little bit of time to serve some of the events, and then the people wouldn't go. And it's just grown from that. It literally has been responding to need. So people have like wanted, we found that there was a massive problem with like loneliness and people not knowing where to go to meet people. So we kind of just responded to that. So we've opened the cafe, and now we do a listening service, which is drop-in instant mental health support, which is... You can't get that, and that's what you can't schedule when you're having an issue with your mental health, can you? And there's nothing worse than having a doctor's appointment on the day where you feel all right, and then you're like, I've made it up. So instant support's really, really important, and not only for people in early intervention, but like people that are in recovery, that have come out of hospital, having somewhere to go in a community. So we do instant like mental health support right up from early intervention up to crisis support and suicide interventions within the cafe. And it's just like worked because it's non-clinical. It's not like I set out to create a non-clinical mental health service. It didn't work like that. I was just like, it's just grown, and it's just worked because of that.
So it was unbelievable. The atmosphere when we came in was
the first
amazing.
time,
It was so welcoming. And what I noticed more than anything was that people remembered your name. So people were saying bye to people, and it was like, bye John, or bye this, or hello whoever. And I loved that. It was such a friendly atmosphere, and everybody was so nice. It was really good.
Do you get like your regulars that go kind of?
And I love it when like someone comes in, like, maybe having like a really bad day, like the worst time. And they like come in, they're a bit anxious because walking is probably the hardest
scary,
bit to do.
and
you don't know what's going to be in there. And then they come in, and then they become like part of the community, and then they become regulars, and then you like blink and you're like, oh yeah, I remember when you first came in, you've been here a year now, every day, and it's like cool. And I just love that. And then they become part of it, and either they can volunteer and train to be volunteers, or like just generally, just like if someone comes in, like one of the regulars will be like, oh, come over and sit with us, like, and chat to us, and like it's just like a really big community now.
Can you tell us about some of the events that you do there, just so listeners can like get an idea for it?
Yeah.
Sound baths.
I know, we do sound baths.
I'm obsessed.
Before you say that, what about the calendar? Is it the calendar on the wall, and it's just full? There's something on all the time. It's unbelievable.
It's like the maddest thing. So we do sound baths, and there's no water involved. You don't have to get naked. Sometimes people think that.
I'm not gone.
Do we need to bring a swimming costume? No, it's okay. So sound bath is like just sound therapy, but we have things like that, like the holistic stuff, sound baths, meditation, yoga, that sort of thing. And then we have like creative things, like we have like paint and sip or coffee and canvas, and like clay, like workshops. Throw and let go is what we came up with, where you like throw like clay and then like to get your stress out and then make things out of it.
Wow.
So we do loads of things like that. So we do, I do a lot of stuff like moon circles, like the spirituality sort of stuff. So we do things like that. Film nights, we've got, we do quiz, open mic night, literally anything at all. Because it's the idea, I think people everyone needs something different.
Yes.
So it's the more things that we can do, the more avenues we can offer to people to come in and be part of it and get support, or just support themselves.
And you might get people who would never have experienced an open mic night or a quiz night because they wouldn't go to, say, like a pub, for example, because it's overwhelming for them. But they'll come to your place and be like, oh my God, I love a quiz night now. Like, yeah.
Because it's quite small, and everything that we do is underpinned by like safety and being psychologically safe spaces for everyone. So that's like kind of the bit that people don't see, that we are really like good at like safeguarding and making sure that all of those like theories underpin everything to make it safe. But it's also people like want to support what we do. So the events in the cafe support the work that we do. So you don't have to come in because you need mental health support. Like, you can come in just to have like a nice bro. It's fine.
Yeah, that's it.
No one jumps on you and is like, oh, you're all right if you're depressed.
What do you tell me?
It's funny because when we did come in, we never knew we'd heard about the cafe, and we wanted to come in because obviously we do the podcast and stuff. I was dying to meet you, but we came in and I was too shy. I was sitting like, I can't talk to anybody. So we just sat and we had the coffee, and then we left, and then I emailed you because that's the best way to deal with any social situation. But the welcome, and then when I did learn about it, and then when I came in again and seen everything that went on, I was like, that's it, I want to volunteer. I'm going to do this in my home now. It's got such a welcoming feel about it. It's such a lovely place. I think it's a great thing you're doing. It's really good.
It's very community led, which I love as well. Like the fact that it's for the community. It's not some kind of money making like corporation. It's just for people, and I love that feel about it. What's been, think, your biggest challenge with it?
It's been balancing that, because it is like community led and keeping that like non-clinical feel, but then obviously it has to pay for itself.
Of course, yeah.
So I have to do a lot of the stuff around like making money and like plans and things like that, following through on stuff. So like trying to balance that like growth so it's sustainable, but then not losing like the feel. And I think people don't understand that sometimes. Like, they see like, there's rumours going around Runcorn that I'm rich, by the way. That I'm making loads and that I'm a mason. So, just...
You've made that.
I'm just going to keep them going.
You've made that.
Yeah, and the reality is that I don't even get paid full time to do it at the moment. And I didn't get paid at all for a long time. So, like, people don't understand that. And I think people, like, misconceive what it is. But that's been the biggest challenge is keeping it going, because we're not commissioned, we're not like, we're not paid for by the government or NHS in any way, because I wanted to keep it quite independent so that we can be and still do what we do without having to dance to anyone else's tune. But then,
is that like the red tape and stuff that comes with NHS and stuff like that?
Exactly, and to make it clinical. So we, at the moment, like, our growth is like we do a lot of workplace wellbeing stuff, which we've been that came to us. Wow. Like, people asked us to go into workplaces and deliver stuff, so that's been like, oh, this is a plan. So that's what we do in our training that we do as well. So
And what would you say has been your biggest reward?
Whenever anyone asks me this, it's not anything massive. There's times when I walk into space just like I'm just coming into work, and it's just going on. It's just happening. People are just doing what they're supposed to do, and it's just happening. And people are getting support, and it's just going on without me. And there's been times when I've had a little cry in the kitchen because of that, because I'm like, oh my God. Like,
it must be an amazing feeling to know that.
Do you ever just like stop at the door and think, oh my God, I did this?
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes I go, I'm not going in. But, but I do. And I think bringing it back to ADHD, that is like a massive thing to have like actually followed through on something and accomplished it. I feel like, wow, that's the biggest reward. Like, I've done that, because I do feel like I'm blagging it all the time still. And it's actually achieved and it's there, and I'm like, wow. And then quickly I'm like, oh no, I have to keep it here.
And what's next for Space then?
So we're like growing our workplace offer, and our training. So there's no standardisation of mental health in the community at all at the minute. There's no like regulation of that. Like, basically anyone can pop up and say, oh yeah, I'm doing mental health support, which is great that people have the intention to do that, but there's not anything underpinning it. So we've developed a quality mark and a framework that kind of takes what we've done and like helps people to do the same. And like our training courses to help people set up their own spaces.
Wow.
Because originally when I thought about a growth, I'd had to think about a growth plan a year ago. I was pinned down. I was like, you're going to have to think about how this is growing. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll just open more cafes. And everyone was like, the overheads on that are massive. Like maybe not. And then I thought, well, actually, it's not about that. It's about activating other places to do it. Because I think if there was a community, whatever that looks like, if there was a space in every community, whether that's a cafe, whether that's a barber's, whether that's a gym, whatever it is for those people where they have that community you can go, then that's amazing. That's what we need. So we know we can go and get support. So that is more about building that rather than it being more. Oh, I would have more cafes though. So
you're wanting Wigan, please.
Yeah, no, we said that. You need to do it.
Look, we already spoke about it. I left that. I was opening it.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
I think you'd be perfect for it. I think you need to do it.
No kids though.
No.
Kids are allowed, but then it's not for them.
Yeah.
That's a tagline. To finish off then, we... I'm going to put you on the spot now, sorry. But we ask our listeners to tell us the good, bad and funny about ADHD.
Right, okay.
And I just wondered if you could tell us your good, bad and funny about ADHD.
So the good is that the way my brain works, like from a business point of view, like the millions of ideas, like I don't think anyone else could do that. And I think that I like that. That's good. Even though like I have more ideas than I could ever do anything with. I love that. The bad is that the emotional side of it and the self-esteem and the RSD that can really like ruin a whole day, just like waking up feeling like that, and like the lack of understanding around that. And then the funny is oh god, the funny every day is just funny, isn't it? It's just something funny in every single day. I think that's it. I think I think realising like things like that, you know, I don't reply to people in 3 to 6 working weeks and it's all right, and then meeting someone else who's also the same, and
this is it,
and being able to spot it in someone else as well, which is quite funny sometimes, being able to think like, yeah, you're riddled. Do I tell you or not?
It has been so amazing to talk to you today. Thank you so much for coming on. So where can we find space? It's in Runcorn. What street is it on?
It's on Regent Street in Runcorn. That's our main base, but we've got a website which is spaceruncorn.co.uk. It's got all of our stuff that we do on there.
Brilliant. Calendar of events on there as well?
Yeah, and socials as well. That is probably the best place to find more stuff. Like, so we're on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok as Space Runcorn, I think. Yeah.
We'll find Adam.
And then ADHD Me is the ADHD coaching that I do, and that's on socials as well, somewhere when I remember to post.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.